Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to another chatty get ready with me with how I created this look and my kind of makeup rules for autumn winter, and I hope you enjoy it. I will be in the next clip makeupless. We will go through how I created this look, what colours I used, and kind of how I put autumn winter looks together. So if that's something you're interested in, just keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up, and I will see you at the end of the video for a little roundup. Right, skincare is down, but I am going to show you the primers that I use for autumn winter. This is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched face base. I love this stuff. When the Becca one was discontinued, I was devastated. This is how much I use. This is nothing like that. This isn't glowy. It's not got any tint to it. For that I use the e.l.f. Halo filter, like glow stuff. But this is just a really good primer that moisturizes the skin, and it really helps your foundation to kind of stick. And it's just really lovely, especially as I get that little bit older. I need that extra moisture. And I also use the eye cream as well. So this is the Vitamin Enriched eye cream, and I've already got eye cream on, but I just find this gives my eyes extra hydration to stop makeup settling. To stop makeup settling in the lines. And honestly, this to me has been amazing. I didn't use it much I used the eye cream during the summer, but the primer not so much because I was using the SPF 50. But this is great. The foundation, I go between two. So at the moment I'm using the Dior Matte Forever foundation, and I use the shade 2W. I have been loving the HourGlass Ambient Light foundation. Sorry, this pump is a bit wonky and I've just sprayed foundation everywhere. So that's the shade that I use. I use 2 pumps for my whole face. Just plop it in the middle of the face, forehead and cheeks, chin even. Normally I would use a beauty blender, but lately I've gone back to my Bobbi Brown full coverage face brush, and I think that's because it's autumn, and I think in autumn I just need that bit of extra coverage. Like the foundation, the beauty blender gives you a much lighter coverage, and I'm feeling now in autumn winter this is where I change up. So like my foundation and products and stuff don't change, but the way we apply them and the bases that we use change quite a lot. Sorry for all the noise. Again, I can only film at the weekends, and I have to film at certain times of the day in certain rooms because the light is better, because I don't use false lighting like, you know, ring lights and stuff like that. And my bedroom backs onto, like, it's not a main road, but it's a road. And because the sun's out today, all of those little boys that think they're really cool have their crap cars with big exhausts and want to show off. So yeah, cute. So it's mid-October, guys. I am in full Halloween mode. Like, my poor boyfriend has had to put up with me watching all of the horror movies. This is kind of how it looks when it's finished. I am going to put some concealer on just on the areas that need a bit of extra coverage. Shock horror, it is the Lasting Perfection Concealer by the collection in shade Buttermilk number 10. I just add it on the areas that I need a bit of extra coverage. And for me, my cheeks, I have a bit of high colour, as you saw at the beginning, and a little bit of like pigmentation. But I will let you into a little trade secret, not trade secret, a secret. This is where I do use the beauty blender. So for Black Friday this year, I will be doing a video on my Black Friday wish list. But the top of my list is the, I can't remember the name of it, Dr. Grossman LED mask. It's like £400, but I know someone that uses it, and her skin honestly looks freaking incredible. She's having other things done to her skin as well alongside, but she definitely rates it, and I'm down for that. And it gives you like different coloured lights, so you can have lights that boost collagen, lights that help with high colour, skin pigmentation. I have all of those needs. So alongside the Botox, I'm going to be using that and just hope that it kind of gives me what I need from my skin. And this little thing here, this thing, I've had it for like 3 weeks. There's nothing there. I'm not worried about it. I'm not concerned about it, but it is annoying. So I'm just going to get actually this is actually a concealer brush. For once in my life, I'm using a brush for what it's actually intended. And I'm just going to sort of buff around it, not actually on the spot itself, because I want the highest coverage there. So there you go, that's gone now. Just wait for it to dry. So yeah, that is the base done. So now we're just gonna set the under eyes. I feel like for you guys this is the most boring part of the video because nothing changes. It's the Pat McGrath medium Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Under Eye Blurring Powder. It's a mouthful. And I love this because, as we've said before, it doesn't settle in fine lines, it doesn't accentuate fine lines, it just blurs everything, sets everything beautifully. Love it. I put a bit of my eyelids as well, just because obviously we're going to be putting some eyeshadow on. So now we're just going to set the rest of the face with the Laura Mercier Ultra Blur Loose Translucent Powder. I love this stuff. I would definitely get it again. I have backed up just the regular translucent, so I'm going to use that next, but once that runs out I would definitely get this again. It does blur. It does exactly what it says on the tin. And it just makes everything just look like you haven't even got powder on, which I really, really like. This is just to kind of set the foundation so it doesn't move around on the skin. A bit more. And I sort of I pat it in the lid and then just swirl it, and I use the Real Techniques powder brush. I've used these brushes for 10 plus years. I love it. This brush for me just really deposits the product really nicely, and I just like the way it sits in the contours of my face. That's it. We are done for the base. So I'm just going to get my cotton round with my micellar water on it. Take off the lips and my beauty spot, because after you do this, you kind of see the colour that you need for like bronzers and stuff later on in the process. I usually use a mirror with this, so it's not doing too well. There you go. So I mean, that immediately now, I do look paler, but when I go to put my eyeshadow on and my bronzer later, I know exactly how much to put, because otherwise, if you leave this on, you just end up putting way too much on, because your lip colour is sort of hollowed out, if you like, so it's white, but or sort of pale. So now I feel like this is a good space to start the eyes. So for eye primer, I always use a cream eyeshadow, and it's usually one of two. Bad the Bronze by Maybelline, this one, or Socialite by Maybelline, and they are the colour Tattoo. I believe they've annoyingly been discontinued, but I think you can still get them at Sephora, so I will link below whatever I find, but I backed up. I mean, I have been using these for like, I don't even want to say 15 years probably. Not the Socialite, because that's quite new. I've used that for a few years, but Bad the Bronze, On and On Bronze, whatever it's called now, I have been using this since about 2008. So yeah, when I first started watching YouTube, it was like the eyeshadow to get. So that's my base. As you can see, it doesn't lay down a lot of colour, but my eyeshadow will stick to it, because I've got oily skin. I need to have something for it to stick to. So that's how we are with Bad the Bronze. And with this one, I normally use like bronze shades, browns, anything in the same kind of colour family as this. Like I wouldn't use a pink with this, a pink eyeshadow, whatever. I tend to stick to similar shades of the
colour tattoo. So let me get my palette of choice for you right now. So fall, autumn, whatever you want to call it, palettes are hard. This one I'm choosing today for you guys is the Pat McGrath Sublime palette. This to me just screams autumn winter. I will insert at the side here some arm swatches, and I will also show you other looks I've done with this palette. My go-to is this all over the lid with this in the crease, blended out together. Job's a good one. But today I'm going to use this one. This is a slightly coppery, beautiful orangey type shade. Very different to how it looks in the pan. And again, I'm just going to go in as a one and done shadow for this, because I do love, in autumn winter, I tend to go either really warm or really cool. And warm looks are just so flattering. This has got a sheen to it, but I think if you're doing one and done, it doesn't matter. So I just sort of blend it up quite high over my hood, because I've got hooded eyes, and just kind of blend it up and blend it out, and just really, yeah, really lean into that blend to make it nice and warm and orangey. So I'm not going to do any spoilers here, but have you guys been watching Love is Blind? At the point of filming this, the weddings haven't happened yet. We are on the countdown to the weddings. I sat in bed on a Saturday and a Sunday. My alarm goes off at 8. Yes, I set an alarm because I don't want to waste the day. But I love having my overnight Weetabix in bed, and I watch YouTube or Below Deck or whatever. And at the moment, I am just obsessed with Love is Blind because it's so juicy this season. I am dying for the weddings next week. I have opinions, but I will not share them because obviously you might not have seen it and you won't care. But if you have not seen Love is Blind before, I strongly recommend it. I've also been watching the Beckham documentary. Not a football fan at all, but obviously grew up in the 90s, teenager of the 90s. Remember David and Victoria like taking over the world, and it's very interesting to hear their perspective and their point of view of their lives. Now, this is great. I'm not going to finish here. I'm going to get a normal fluffy brush. That was the Zoeva 239 Luxe Soft Shader Brush. So I'm just going to then pick up the 228 Crease Shader and just blend it out a bit more. The whole point with this look is to look diffused, blended, and just soft. Because these are like work appropriate looks to me. Like whatever I show you on here, I would wear to work, 100%. I wear glitz and glam to work. I just feel like the world needs sparkle. I do feel like I need to deepen the crease a little bit, so I'm going to go in with this shade. This is my favourite shade. I have used it a lot this month just on its own. So I'm going to go in with the brush that I've been using it with, which is the Zoeva 227 Luxe Soft Definer. And I just blob a bit there, because it is so pigmented. And just push it in a little bit and then go over the hood. Just kind of blending everything together, deepening it, but not like taking over what we've done already. And I just sort of push it a bit higher if I need to, and I'm going to go in again with that same like new brush just to soften it all out. Same one, no extra colour on it, just to blend. Like I said, it's all about the blend. Now, at this point, I have to assess whether I'm happy with what we've got or if we need sparkle. And I feel like, I don't know, I quite like this, just as a normal autumn winter look. So once I've got my eyeliner on, okay, let me put some eyeliner on and I'll come back and we'll decide whether we want to add a little bit of va-va-voom. So this is the HourGlass Obsidian eyeliner, just in black. And as you can see, very messy application. Just get a little brush, just kind of blend it together. I love, like in summer, I love my Kat Von D, but in winter, I just feel like everything needs to be a bit more diffused and a bit softer. I don't like harsh
autumn winter makeup. Do you know what I mean? To give a little bit of a wing. Like I say, it hasn't got to be perfect. Just, and then I'll use whatever's left underneath on the lash line. Excuse the close up of my eyeballs, but I need the screen finder to show you. There we go. I think we're good, and I'm not going to do any sparkle. I'm going to leave it there. That's the Obsidian eyeliner. Look how skinny. So cute. Highly recommend that one. Right, bronzer. So with autumn winter bronzer, in summer I tend to go warmer toned, in autumn winter slightly cooler. This is kind of in between. This is quite warm, but the weather's still quite warm. I've still got a bit of colour on my face. So I'm just going to use the Illamasqua blusher brush. I sort of pat it here. This is Pat McGrath bronzer in Desert Glow. And then I just sort of buff it. This powder is so amazing, so pigmented, so finely milled, so glowy. I mean, look at it. It's just glorious. And it spreads so much. Like, I don't need to go in with any more. This is literally one, you know, a swish of a brush in the pan. And my whole face is done. Love that for me. Brows, Yawn, Hourglass, Arch Brow, Warm Brunette, you know the drill. I feel like my get ready with me's are so basic, but this is what I actually use. Like, I don't do this for a job. I don't do YouTube for a job. I just show you what I love, and if I recommend something to you, trust me, I have used it to death. Or I love it, or, you know, it's something that I spend my money on. Like, I don't make money from YouTube to, like, be able to fund my beauty habit, because let me tell you guys, this shit's expensive. I do love my makeup, but the thing is, once you've collected bits, it lasts. You know, like my foundation, well, my Dior one is now £40 a bottle, and the Hourglass is about £45 a bottle. Those two will last me the whole year, pretty much the whole year. And I think that's okay, because I use it every single day, come rain or shine. Unless I'm sick, I put makeup on. Even if I'm at home, not going anywhere, I do it for me. Sorry, this bit's always a bit concentrating. I do it for me, so I don't do it for other people. So I use my stuff. And I just get the spoolie that's on the thing and just brush it through, because this is, again, I tell you every time, the reason I love this product, it's so waxy that when you've finished and you brush it, it just looks really natural. I just love that. Mascara, I can do my mascara on camera, but I'll explain. So I'm currently using up my Lancome Hypnose Drama mascara. At the moment, I can't apply it like I normally would because I have Botox, but it's slightly wearing off. I'm getting more movement, so I need to call my lovely Sophia to get that situation sorted out. But because I can't lift my eyebrows too much, I have to lift them up with something. So I just use a brush, and I use obviously the mascara wand. It looks mental, but it's worth it for the tox. Not gonna lie, Botox has changed my makeup and how I feel about my skin and my face. And like, I know it's a very controversial subject and it isn't for everybody, I understand, but I love it. If it's not for you, don't come for me. I've had a very positive experience, did my research, chose somebody amazing, and I love it. I think it looks great. So there we go. Right, mascara's on, so let's do blusher. I love autumn winter blush. This one for me, for autumn winter, is a no-brainer. Hourglass at Night. This looks terrifying, and it's called Brick Red.
It's very pigmented. I use the HourGlass double-ended brush, and I just literally put that much on. Up here, blend it in, blend it down. Again, it's phenomenal, and again, it just gives that, it doesn't matter what you put with it. It's like good for brown makeup, orangey makeup. I wouldn't do like pinks and stuff with it. I have a different one for that. But for all the bronzy, browny, autumn, winter shades, and I'm just buffing this in. I'm not adding loads and loads of blusher. I've got that same amount, but I'm just really buffing it into the skin so it looks natural. And then for highlighter, no particular reason, I just really want to sort of use this up a little bit. This is the HourGlass Brilliant Strobe Light. Is that the shade name? Yeah, that's the shade name. And it's kind of like champagne-y. It's not white, it's not pink. It's just a bit natural. Well, not natural, but it just gives that amazing highlight that I love on my skin, just really, really healthy. And if you want to, you can put some on your eyes. Let me get my brush that I use this for. For this, I use the Zoeva 234 Smokey shader. I just like how it fits there in my inner eye, inner corner, whatever you want to call it. And then I just put a little bit up here to highlight the brow bone. Oof. It's coming together very nicely. I like this look. But do you see it's a lot more autumn winter as opposed to spring summer with bright pinky shades. Lipstick. Let's have some fun with the lipstick. With this we can go quite light or quite dark. You can use dark reds with this look. You can use bronzes, browns, coppers. I'm just going to stick to a real fan favourite, MAC Velvet Teddy. This shade is just iconic. It's got, actually, I think this is too pink for this. Sorry, I've got an itchy eye. Do you see what okay, I'm going to change this. But you see what I mean, where it doesn't go with pink. So like this, although it's a nude, it's a pink nude. I'm going to change this up. So let me take this off. And I think we're going to go for MAC Taupe, would probably work better. I'll be back. Let's try that again. That was interesting. Okay, so this is Taupe. Now, excuse this, I need to buy a new one. But as you can see, this is much deeper brown, which should go better with this. Yes, copper look. Do you see what I mean? I'll do my hair and everything and I'll get dressed and I'll come back and do a roundup. But this is the kind of formula that I follow for my autumn winter makeup. I can change up all the colours. You can do it with dark pinks, you can do it with coppers, you can do it with oranges, browns, even like blacks, dark greens, blues, whatever. But I follow this kind of formula. And before you ask, my nail polish is Kensington High Street by Nails Inc. Again, I feel like in autumn winter I tend to go for more dark reds, black, dark blues, dark greens, even on the nails. So that is kind of my autumn winter palette. So I will get ready, finish getting ready, and I will come back and do a final roundup. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. This is the finished look. So my hair is in desperate need of a chop. It is looking slightly Morticia Adams right now, but I'm kind of here for it because it is Halloween. But my hair's gotten really dark. I don't know what's happened, but I don't know if it's the makeup that kind of just makes it look more dark. But either way, I'm going to sort of just run through again the sort of rules for the eyeshadow. So as you know, my base makeup hasn't changed at all. My bronzer, I will switch up for a slightly cooler tone bronzer. The eyeshadows, you can use any colour story that you like. Personally, I tend to stick to copper, brown, really dark brown to black, maybe even some purples in there. I love a dark green. Again, I will insert those finished looks using the Pat McGrath Sublime palette that I used today. But I'm also going to insert some images and just show you the other palettes that I love to use in the autumn winter. So for me, my go-to is the Natasha Denona Glam palette, because that is very cool toned browns, greys, almost like taupe kind of colours. I also love the Zendo palette by Natasha Denona for the oranges, the deep burnt kind of coppery. There's also a few fun greens in there that you can throw in for a beautiful, lovely autumn winter look. And then we have the classics. So the Pat McGrath Sublime palette is what we use today. Love that. Also the Bronze Seduction palette by Pat McGrath. These are all Mothership palettes. I love the Bronze Seduction. It is so gorgeous, and it has that beautiful red toned, and it has the purple. The purple you can use as a one and done like we did today. Just really pack it on, blend it out, blend to leave that really subtle matte finish. I don't know if this palette is available anymore, but I'm going to include it anyway because I do use it, but I'm sure you can find dupes. This is the Kylie Jenner Bronze palette. I've had this palette since around 2015, so apologies if it's no longer available, but there are many others like it. The Glam palette, it has a very similar color story, but this shade, it has mostly mattes, and I love a brown matte look for autumn winter. And any others that I've forgotten to mention right now, I will insert below, and I will put the name on there and links if they're available underneath. And then for lipsticks, as we've said, this particular look is a good example because it's copper, so you can use browns, you can use dark brown, you could even use, I want to say like a dark red, but it has to be like a berry toned red, like maybe Rouge Noir by Chanel, that kind of colour. I wouldn't go for like pinky toned reds with this particular look, but you can, this one, I mean, I taupe for me just goes with everything. Matte taupe is one of my staple autumn winter shades. Also Paramount by MAC, I will include that one. That was allegedly the shade that they used on Jennifer Aniston all through Friends filming, so if you believe that, if not, it's just a great straight up dark brown for autumn winter, would go with pretty much any skin tone. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed my tips and tricks, and get ready with me for autumn winter 2023. Happy Halloween, and I hope you're all enjoying autumn so far. If you want to see more, if you want to see like a lipstick video, I can do an autumn winter lipstick video. If you want more specifically on eyes with lots of different looks, let me know. I'm here for it. If you want fashion, let me know. I am not much of a fashionista, but I do like my autumn winter style more than my summer. So if that's something you're interested in, comment below. Let me know what you want to see, and I'll happily film it for you. Guys, happy October, happy fall, happy autumn. I will see you next week for another video, which I think might be trash talk. So stay tuned. Take care, guys. Inserting this here, editing Kath here. Really sorry, I got a cold and I didn't video all my makeup looks for that week because quite frankly, I looked like death most of the week. I did do makeup. It was not much to write home about. I didn't make much of an effort, and trust me, I looked so rough. You wouldn't have wanted to see it. So this is the first time, it is Thursday. This is the first time I look half decent all week. So apologies. I hope you enjoy the video, and I will see you next week.